Hello and welcome back to Deus Machina Demonbane. With no warning, injustice had come to her blessed life. The muffled sobs of the guests, the pained expression of her grandfather, his fists clenched hard enough to draw blood. Beyond their gaze lay her father and mother in their coffins. Only their faces were visible. Their bodies were in no shape to be viewed, apparently. It had happened at the opening ceremony of some business. In broad daylight, armed Black Lodge cultists had attacked the ceremony to assassinate the president and his wife. They had indiscriminately killed everyone there. Executives of several companies, the guards, the staff. The sight of the carnage had been too much for the police, who had rushed to the scene. It had been clear that Black Lodge had enjoyed the massacre. Standing before her parents' corpses, Rory stared blankly into nothingness. Perhaps she had not accepted it, or perhaps her heart was simply frozen. Perhaps that was why she was able to remain calm, to maintain her air of fortitude even after the ceremony. By freezing her emotions to protect her heart, and by armouring herself with pride, Rory was able to show herself as a Hadao. But even during the burial, Rory did not cry, and beneath the crimson sky, the black funeral procession marches, to mourn, to grieve. Yes, the sky today is as red as it was then. Since that day she has never liked the sunset. The crimson sky reminds her of blood, reminds her of death. Why? Why is the sky red, although the sun has set? It's as though the sky has gorged itself on blood. People call this the hour of evil. Truly, this is a time fit for demons. An explosion rocks the estate, tearing Rory away from her thoughts, and she looks around in confusion. What is this? She picks up the nearby phone to get a report, but at that moment all the power in the manor goes out, and the phones are dead. She's alone, and Rory is terrified. Report! What is happening? The butler is shouting into a phone. Al, meanwhile, looks at me with a tense expression. We exchange nods, for Al must have sensed it too. This bad feeling. Well, now that shit's blown up, it's more than the feeling, but this terrible presence. I've felt such a presence before, from Master Therian. But I can tell that it's somehow different. Alright, I'll head there at once. Chucky, you go with Makoto and Sonia to the command center and take command of the guards. The butler hangs up and turns to us. Anxiety is showing through his normally calm demeanor. The situation is grave. I don't know how they got through our defenses, but the enemy is attacking. I know, and they mean business. We don't know their numbers or disposition, but only Black Lodge could do something like this. Worse yet, when unable to reach Mistress Rue, it appears that power and phone lines have been cut. We must hurry. The butler is looking not fretful, but completely distraught. A transformed mage start without even thinking and kick open the door and step out into the hall. Lead the way. The sky shines crimson through the windows, and neither day nor night. This is the hour of evil, the time for all the writhing demons of purgatory to bathe in blood. An inferno rages behind the demonic crimson sky, consuming everything in its cruel waltz. Tiberius stands in the middle of the hellish cacophony, his flames turning the blood-stained world even redder. We have to start the show with a bang, after all. The masked clown seems utterly out of place. The security guards rush to the site without hesitating, and taking the full brunt of their fusillade, the clown collapses. However, Hado's troops are pretty well trained, just like I thought. Tiberius stands as though nothing has happened, and the clown giggles, flaunting his bullet-ridden body. Despite their astonishment, the guards are smart enough to shoot him in the head this time. The bullets drill holes into his forehead. But it's too bad. You're facing me today, you know. What? Now the men are truly terrified. Their bullets clearly went through his mask into his brain, but Tiberius is completely unfazed. Tiberius raises his hands and claws emerge from his sleeves with a heavy metallic sound. He swings them effortlessly. The guards in front collapse, their heads smashed to pulp. The remaining guards have no time to act. The claws dance through the crimson light, crushing rather than slashing, and in the blink of an eye the guards are pulverized, their blood further deepening the crimson. Wait for me, little Rory. I'm coming to play with you. The Manor's security forces are in a panic. The number of the enemy is unknown, and for the Haddo Manor with its tight security to be invaded so easily is utterly unimaginable. But the confusion only lasts briefly, and soon they regain their order, and attack teams are dispatched to various areas to drive off the intruders. The men halt in their tracks. Before them is a black shape standing, an inferno raging at its back. A samurai, dressed in black. He speaks to the guardsman quietly. Nothing in his demeanour suggesting that he means to face them. Withdraw. I dislike worthless killing. The guards' guns all roar as one, and Titus does not move. And when the gunfire ceases, Titus is still standing there uninjured. No way! At Titus's feet lie the hundreds of thousands of bullets that... Hundreds and thousands? That's a bucket load of ammunition. That were just fired, each of them sliced neatly in half lengthwise. Titus looks upon the men with pity and with scorn. Worthless. There is the sound of a sword clearing its sheath. That is all. Titus turns his back on the men, vanishing into the flames. None of them move a muscle. Something explodes in the distance. At that signal, their frozen world begins to move forward once more, and as though it just remembered how, the guards fall to pieces, blood spewing everywhere. In the sea of blood float pieces of unrecognizable flesh, and soon they too are consumed by the flames. Worthless. Utterly worthless. Titus proceeds unscathed through the scalding air, disappointment evident on his face. So this is all the Haddo group is capable of. He had expected a little more, having heard all about the group's long war with Black Lodge. But he remains unsatisfied. Tiberius alone will be enough. Once he loses interest, his usual laziness soon returns. If he leaves now, we won't have to deal with Tiberius's foul games anymore. It sounds like a good idea, so Titus finds himself heading towards the exit. Just then, he senses magic power nearby. Could this be the Necronomicon? To think that it was here. Interesting. Perhaps they will. A vague expectation in his heart, Titus returns the way he came. A dark man appears before us as we hurry down the halls, and his long hair is tied back. He wears a black costume. And he even has two katana at his waist, like a samurai from a TV show or something. But even though he looks kind of silly, the aura he emits makes it clear he means business. It's not the same pressure I felt from Master Theria, but a quieter, more ominous feeling. So, you are the sorcerer chosen by the Necronomicon. I have been waiting. You're the piece of shit terrorist who's attacking, huh? Can't say we've been waiting for you. Indeed. I am Titus, named among the disciples of Black Lodge and members of the anticross. Anticross? His words strike fear into our hearts. The anticross. The evil sorcerers who control Black Lodge. This guy's one of them? Indeed, you have the scent of a sorcerer. Your aura is dark and loathsome. Al backs up the samurai's claim, wiping away my cold sweat and prepare for battle. I'm impressed that a big shot like you's leading the troops from the front lines. Where are the rest of them? Titus shakes his head at my question. I have brought no followers. We are capable of completing missions on our own. You're saying that all this is your doing? It sounds hard to believe, but I actually get it. This is the power of a true sorcerer. Now that I've gotten a little better at magic, I can tell just how powerful he is. But Titus shakes his head again. No, there is one more. Yes, he should be taking care of Haddo Ruri at this very moment. You are too late. Give up. Shit, I don't have time to be fooling around here. I have to take care of this guy. Fast. He's strong and it'll be a tough fight. If I fight him, I won't make it in time. What can I do? Come, Master of the Necronomicon, let us do battle. Show me the supreme light that lies beyond the ultimate duel. Titus drops low and puts his hands to the hilt of his sword, ready to swipe out at any moment. Have I no choice but to fight him? And then the butler steps forward. Wait, what? There's no time. Leave this to me, Mr. Tiju. Please, hurry to Mistress Rui. While loosening his tie, the butler says some crazy shit. He's totally nuts. Crazy? Look, he looks silly, but he's a sorcerer. I'm sorry, but he's too much for you. Indeed. I do not wish to stain a duel with the blood of the weak. Be gone. Titus spears the butler with his glare. Titus spears the butler with his glare. The normal person would be petrified by the force of his killing intent. But the butler coolly takes the full force of Titus's will, and smiles confidently. Mr. Tiju, have you ever wondered why the president of the Hadoku is able to go where she pleases with no guards? What? Sorcery is not the only path to becoming superhuman, and I will show this conceited foe the ultimate art of battle. Kuru, let's go! Al? There's no time. This man might do better than you think. So says my instinct. I shall live up to your expectations, Al Azif. Mrs. Rue's room is straight down this hall. Please, hurry. I leave the mistress to you. Got it. Don't die on me now. I dash past Titus, ignoring his demand for me to halt. Hang on, princess. Wait! Dare make a mockery of me? Titus prepares to strike down the fleeing Kuru. But Winfield holds back his hand. No, you wait. I will be your opponent. Huh. Titus draws his sword as he turns. His blade moves faster than sound. Winfield dodges it with a swaying motion. The tip of the sword merely grazes Winfield's nose. I see. Your speed is quite terrifying. However, it is not too fast to avoid. You. Now that his perfectly timed slash has been evaded, Titus finally recognizes Winfield as an enemy, and he steps back, resheathing his sword and preparing for another strike. It looks like I'll be able to go all out for a change. Winfield's face twists into a gruesome smile unthinkable from his usual mannerisms. He loosens his tie and cracks his knuckles. Then he begins to shadow box, his feet dancing gracefully across the floor. Titus scowls with displeasure. Is that the fist fighting that passes for sport in this country? Fool. You intend to do battle with me unarmed? Precisely. I am completely unarmed. But do you know how dangerous I am without my gloves? Enough nonsense. Perish! Titus's katana leaps from its sheath, but before it is fully drawn, Winfield has vanished. Titus's sixth sense warns him of danger, and he forces his body out of the sword-drawing maneuver and twists to the side. Drops of blood fly to the air. Ah! A deep gash runs through Titus's cheek. Winfield is standing before him, his fist still thrust out. Oh, you were able to dodge that. Not bad. However, that's only the beginning. Boxing is humanity's ultimate art, refined over countless years. If you wish to insult it as a mere sport, I shall have to show you each of its techniques thoroughly, Mr. Bushido. Ruri has not left her room. No, she couldn't leave. Sweat rolls down her face, dripping from her chin, and her knees are shaking. No matter how strong she tries to be, fear is not so easily resisted. The gunfire and explosions continue, and Ruri has no way of knowing what's happening. All she can do is wait and wonder. And suddenly the gunfire ceases, and she can no longer hear the shouts and screams of her guards. In an instant, the manor has gone from cacophony to utter silence. What's happening? Her voice trembles, and anxiety presses down on her. But the silence is just as bad. The sound of the door opening breaks the silence. A single security guard enters, and Ruri instinctively sighs with relief, then speaks, trying to regain her dignity. You! Just what is happening? Report at once! The guard does not answer, and just stands with a vacant expression. Are you listening? Answer me! Okay, that's either the clown in disguise, or that guard is dead, and basically being propped up, possibly on some sort of stick, by the, terrifying clown. And we'll find out which it is at the beginning of the next part. So, I will say thank you very much for watching. See you in the next part.